this video, I'm going to share with you 6 tips on what not to say to your drill sergeants in basic training, and it starts right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Swartz, and if this is your first time on this channel and you're looking to learn more about Army basic training or about the Army, specifically the Army National Guard, you came to the right spot, and you can start now by subscribing to this channel and hitting that bell icon so that you can stay in the know. Tip number 1, never ever, under any circumstances, call your drill sergeant sir or ma'am. Remember that. Trust me, I got hella stronger because of this. I wasn't even in basic training for more than 5 minutes, and I referred to my drill sergeant when he called out my name to assign me my bunk. I said, sir, yes, sir, because in the Marine Corps boot camp, based on a movie I watched, which was Full Metal Jacket, so I assumed that all drill instructors, or in this case, my drill sergeant, should be referred to as, being respectful as sir or ma'am. Don't be a civilian and have that mindset that you refer to them as sir or ma'am. You refer to your drill sergeants as drill sergeant. I called him sir. He said, what did you just call me? Drill sergeant? Yes, drill sergeant? Beat your face, Pry. And guess what? This private literally beat his face. So this is like a bonus tip. Never, ever, under any circumstances, beat yourself up, or when they tell you to kill yourself, don't actually attempt to kill yourself. I don't think they say that anymore these days, but back in the early 2000s, at least in my basic training experience, my drill sergeant told me to beat my face or to kill yourself. That was like their term back in the day. So basically what that means is just get down and start pushing. Start knocking out them push-ups. Get down in the front linear rest position and start pushing. And remember, always call them drill sergeant. Do not say sir or ma'am. Sir or ma'am is reserved only for commissioned officers in the Army. So we non-commissioned officers have not earned that right or privilege. We are called sergeants. Well, in this case, in basic training environment, your drill sergeant is called your drill sergeant. Tip number 2, don't ever apologize to your drill sergeant, because they're going to assume and they're going to take offense to it that you're calling them a sorry drill sergeant, and they are not sorry drill sergeants. So don't ever apologize to them, because they will take offense to it and they will make you stronger with corrective training. Just accept it that you made a mistake and move on and carry on. Tip number 3, never ever disagree and or suggest a better idea. Drill sergeants know everything. They're always right, and the faster you know this and understand this, the better you'll be. Trust the process. So even if by a blue moon you do in fact have a better idea or a better way of doing something, just keep it to yourself. The drill sergeants will take offense to it, and they will make you stronger with corrective training. Just saying. Tip number 4, never ever say a lie to your drill sergeant. So you have to understand that when a drill sergeant asks you a question, you have to understand, think of them as your parent, because oftentimes when parents ask you questions, it's because they already know the answer to it, and they're testing you to see if you have the integrity to be honest with them. So when the drill sergeant asks you something, just be honest. Just tell them straight up, yes, no, whatever the case may be, because if not, you will get, you're always going to get stronger, but they're going to make sure that you get even stronger, like Army strong. You know what I'm saying? So always have the integrity to be honest. In my basic training experience, my drill sergeant, in the first 3 weeks of red phase, my basic training experience, I don't know how or why, I think the drill sergeant was just effing with us, but he walked in with a cookie wrapper, and as soon as we seen it, we all put our heads down like, this is not good. This ain't good at all. And drill sergeant's like, all right, who has the integrity to admit that they ate cookies? Because in my basic training experience, you couldn't have cookies or anything with sugar, basically. We could, but they would make you burn off those extra unnecessary calories, because they can't technically, legally tell you that you can't have it, but drill sergeants will make sure you burn off those extra calories. So it's like a double-edged sword. So yeah, don't have sugar. And it took us about 10 minutes before a private, taking one for the team, because like I said, in my opinion, I think the drill sergeants were just with us, okay? Private just was like, I'll just take the heat for it. And he admitted to it, and the drill sergeant said, oh, so now he has the integrity to admit that he had a cookie. All right, privates, this is what we're gonna do. I got something for you. You two shut the doors. You two close the windows, and you two crank out the heat, and everybody in Mount Level 4. Basically, we had to put on a gas mask, our jacket, pants, and a chemical suit, of course, with the gloves and the boots. And we had to do front, back, goes. And front, back, goes, back in my day, back in my era, as we like to say, is front was push-ups, back were sit-ups, and go was running in place as fast as you can, and you had to transition from one to the next as fast as possible with extreme urgency. And the drill sergeant was walking around literally for about an hour smoking us crazy, going front, back, go, front, go, back, front, back, go! And it went on like that for a whole hour. We were completely drenched, probably at this point dehydrated, and finally about an hour later, a private pukes inside of his gas mask. And shortly after that is when our smoke session was over, and our drill sergeant said, "Let this be a lesson to you that you will always adhere to the Army values, especially integrity." So that was our lesson of the day. Have integrity. So don't lie to your drill sergeants because they know better. They always know the truth. Tip number 5, never ever call your drill sergeant by name, because you basically essentially sign your own death warrant if you do. Just don't do it. This will be a simple tip. First name drill, last name sergeant. Unless a drill sergeant specifically sending you to another location to look for a specific drill sergeant, never ever call them by name because you will get stronger. Tip number 6 is clear and simple. Do not thank your drill sergeant because they're just going to tell you to thank your recruiter. And that's this guy. And if you're in the New York City area, this guy would like to help you out and explore the opportunities of what the Army National Guard can do for you. And if you are outside of the New York City area and you want to know what the Guard can do for you, you can call 1-800-GO-GUARD. I am conveniently located on Lexington Avenue between 25th and 26th Street, across the street from Baruch College. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon. And if you have any questions about Army basic training, comment them below. Let me know what your biggest fear is and we'll address it together, and I'll create a video about that. And I'll see you in the next video.